Hello friends, welcome to V-Lounge. Today with me here is a young and vibrant founder of a portal company called OnContract. Now OnContract is a platform that is an organized internet-based marketplace. He has also got the likes of Ronnie Screwvala and Vishal Gondal to invest in his venture. An engineer and also having done an executive course from IIM Kolkata, he has worked with various corporates like the CK Birla Group. I have here with me today Mr. Chetan Inda. Thank you, Chetan. It's really a pleasure to have you with us today.
Pleasure is mine as well. Thank you.
All right, Chetan, well, I'm sure the first thing that everyone would like to know is your professional journey. So can you give us a sneak peek into your professional journey?
Yeah, it's been interesting. After spending about 18 years in the corporate life, which I thought was a professional career, I chose to come into the startup domain, and I realized that it's a new profession that I'm actually getting into, and I had to absolutely unlearn the 18 years that I'd spent, and so now I feel that I'm a 2 years experienced, and I have a huge professional career to take forward to. So that's really in a very short sort of description about my professional career. Yeah.
Okay, and how difficult has the unlearning been?
Yeah, the unlearning piece has been the most difficult. The human ego always doesn't allow you to, accept newer things so easily, and it was the case with me as well. And so yeah, it was difficult, but I think over a period of time I realized that unless you unlearn, learn and relearn, there is no progress. And I think I was able to fortunately get advices from people, right kind of people, to enforce that I need to unlearn, relearn and learn. And I think hopefully I've done that, and yes, I'm sort of on a stepping stone to probably implement that.
I'm sure. I kind of have the technical definition of OnContract here, but if I were to ask you, what does Chetan do for a living? How would you describe what you do for a living?
I think I would say I ideate. I want to change the world, and I think that's what describes me and what sort of keeps me busy all the time. So in a very philosophical way, that's how I would say it. After that, of course, the lure of making money, which is motivating all of us all the time, and I think I'm no exception.
Okay.
So yes, so these two.
Okay. And what is the difference between a conventional staffing or a contracting company and OnContract?
Right. So I think the conventional companies in the staffing domain especially are very services driven. And the moment any company is services driven, then it is a very linear growth that you sort of expect. And a services company can do only so much in the corporate domain. And as the entire demographic of the business is changing worldwide with the advent of social media and internet penetration, I think services will be largely now lesser delivered by human beings, but they'll be delivered by technologies. So I think that sort of futuristic view sort of motivated me to look at a model of OnContract which will be differentiated from a pure play services driven company, but services delivered through an internet.
OnContract is India's largest online contract staffing marketplace. Not only are we India's largest, but we are also her first contract staffing website. The contracting market in India is relatively new, and most business owners aren't fully aware of its benefits. That's where we come in. We help India to organize the unorganized. On one side, we deal with companies of all sizes looking for staff on contract. And on the other side, staffing agencies and individuals who provide work on contract. We provide a common platform for everyone to come together to create synergy.
And how difficult has it been for you to, because this is an innovative idea, it's different, it's almost radical. So how easy or how difficult has this been for you?
It's as difficult as I would, not change my aloo paratha in a particular restaurant, because if I go to a restaurant, I would love to eat only that aloo paratha. Right. So it's as difficult as that. Okay. And so for businesses, it's much more difficult than a personal change. Mm-hmm. But I see that the intent of change is happening, and more of it is driven by the technology, the demographic, and the economic and the business economics, mm-hmm. globally and in India. Mm-hmm. Is sort of driving people to look at, is there a way I can save? Mm-hmm. Is there a way I can do double the work, mm-hmm. in the same money that I'm spending? Mm-hmm. And I think those are sort of encouraging them to look at what's there out there. Is there anything innovative which can help us do this? Mm-hmm. And is it credible enough? So I think, yes, so it's difficult, but it's inevitable. Yeah.
Sure. In fact, more often than not, there's some personal experience which kind of wants you to bring about a change. So, is there a personal experience attached to what started off as an idea and culminated as On Contract?
Yeah. So, now typically, any startup is born out of a pain area being seen and felt. And one's conviction about that whatever solutions are existing at that point of time are not adequate, and I think there could be a better way of doing it. Right. So that really started again, the same for me, that I actually faced that pain when I was a business development person and in the contracting domain, and I was doing that year on year in the US, in the UK, and in India. Mm-hmm. And I saw that there was a very logical and a very simpler approach to it, and it can be achieved in a much uncomplicated manner. And so that's really what drove me to get into that. So if you're saying that is that personal driver, so I would say yes. It okay. was something that I faced, and I felt that there could be something better.
Right. And how did you handle rejections initially?
Fortunately for me, since I spent 18 years as a salesperson, rejection was probably 80% of what a salesperson goes through. Okay. So, interestingly, in my case, I think people, whoever I showed this idea or talked about the idea, I think they appreciated it. They liked the idea. They felt it was innovative, like you said. And but the question was, when somebody had to reach out to their wallet and take the money and put on the table for that, that's when a lot of excuses and maybe you're too early, maybe it's premature for us, and things like that. So in a way, those were very polite rejections. And so as a startup, you just got to go with it and go to the next one. Maybe the other guy who's part of that 20% who will say that, I think I'd like to, I'd like to be the early adopter of this, and I'll go for it. Mm-hmm. So I would go after those or search for those 20%. And that's how eventually that sort of percentile grows. Mm-hmm. And then the rejectors will eventually come there. So that is the way I looked at it, and I said that let's discover the 20%.